Craters of the Moon, Idaho. This is Beauty Cave, one of only 4 caves that are open to the public right now. The Buffalo Cave, it got closed because there are bats living in it. Apparently bats are more important to people. Considering they were here first, etc, etc. I do wish there were more caves open to the public around here. I heard there are a whole bunch, but I don't know, I've never seen a map. I don't live around here, so I really wouldn't know. Come to think of it, nobody lives around here. We're in the middle of nowhere, also known as Idaho. Is there anything outside of Boise, Idaho? Along 94, I saw the micron fab plant. That's pretty cool. Alrighty then. So here I am at the entrance to Beauty Cave. Of course, whether it really is a beauty depends on how picky you are. It doesn't compete with a solution cave like a limestone cave, but for lava tubes, it's actually about average. So look at the ceiling. Got some stuff on the ceiling there. Since there's natural light, there's some greenery. Kind of pretty. Nothing that wouldn't win an award, but whatever. It's good enough. I thought there was a way to crawl back there. I don't have knee pads and I chickened out, so whatever. We'll just say that's a dead end. This is really cool because there's like mineral formations and green stuff growing on it. So it's like green cave popcorn. Whoever heard of that? It's kind of cool. Okay, there. See, I told you it was a beauty cave. Would I lie to you? Actually, I didn't name that cave, so it's kind of an irrelevant question. Anyway, if I named this cave, I would just call this lava tube. There's a catch. Whoa, there's actual like moss growing here. Holy cow. This is nice and fragile. I'm glad nobody's trampled it. Very pretty. It'd be nice if it was even thicker though. Keep in mind we're in the middle of a desert. I mean, outside it's just rocks. There aren't even tumbleweeds. So it's pretty. You know, I wonder why that is. Maybe, is this so recent that nothing's had a chance to grow? I don't know. I think by the time I get done caving here, the visitor center is going to be closed. And I'm going to be going 90 miles an hour back to the motel. I need to have dinner. I'm so hungry. You don't want to know what I had for lunch. Let's just say I'm still hungry. Anyway. Okay, so there's the entrance. Pretty sure that's the only entrance. The wall is all white. Notice this breakdown pile on the floor corresponds with a little hole in the ceiling. Other than that, the ceiling is kind of wavy. You know, it's not super flat, but it's not super rough. See if I can pan up here so you can see the mineral formation. It's pretty, very thin, very fragile. I'm glad nobody's touched it. It would break right off. Like, see here, that black spot right there? That's obviously where somebody broke off. Well, it broke off. I couldn't say a person did it. But if you look how black it is, that means it's fresh, like in geological terms. So yeah, my first guess is that a human did it. Same thing up here. Look at all this pretty formations here, and there's like one black spot. So that's probably where it got touched by a person. And it's 7 feet up, so I really doubt it was an accident. Probably somebody either wanted a souvenir or they wanted to see how soft it was or something like that. Unfortunately, you think about it, let's say a cave has 1,000 formations. If each person breaks just one in 1,000 people, there'll be nothing left of the cave. And even if only 1% breaks something, well, then in 10,000 people, there's nothing left of the cave. So you do want to try to be gentle with the cave. Because like I said, even if you do a tiny damage, the caves don't grow back, especially lava tubes. This is, you know, it was created once and that's it. It's eventually going to collapse or fill up with sand or get broken to pieces by people. Although it's interesting on the moon, erosion, there isn't really any erosion because it doesn't have flowing water or air, no wind. So the only way a lava tube in the moon is going to collapse, you know, from getting hit by space dust, meteors and so on. And the moon is not geologically active. It doesn't have active volcanoes anymore. So any lava tubes on the moon, they darn well could be 1 billion years old. How cool is that? Hopefully, if we ever get a permanent base on the moon, they'll build it near a lava tube so that they can go in there and check it out. At least send a little robot if we can't send a person for some reason. Obviously, the moon's a very dangerous place for humans, so it's not like you could just buy a ticket up there for a week vacation. That would be nice, but I don't know. Maybe if somebody ever gets a space elevator to work, something like that could be possible. Somebody gets a space elevator to work, yeah. Especially if you could build one on the Earth and one on the moon. There's obviously a way back there, but it's a crawl way back. For whatever reason, they have this fence that says area close behind for your safety. I don't know if that's because it's really difficult or they don't want people getting stuck, or if there really is something weird back there. I've never been back there, obviously. This has only been second time here, and it was like 5 years ago, so I don't... About the only thing I remember, I thought the fence was a little different, because I thought there was a fence like this, and I accidentally went around it, came from behind, and then somebody's like, "You're not supposed to be back there." I'm like, oops, I got lost. That's the truth, too. I don't know how I did that. Well, I do know. I think it was a cave where the fence didn't go all the way across, so I was like following the wall, and I managed to follow the wall, and anyway, it's weird how there's a pile of rock here. I mean, where did this rock come from? I guess it broke off the side of the wall for some reason. Like it fell forward, something like that. Fell inward. Yeah. My flashlight is not as bright as I would like. I had a rig to use 2 flashlights at the same time, but it wasn't strong enough for the flashlights. The pieces just were not designed for that at all. So yeah, it lasted a few caves and then it died. This is kind of cool. All these really sharp points here. Scary. Luckily, those are like 9 feet up, so nobody's broken those off yet. If you see anybody coming through here with a baseball bat, you know what they're up to. Actually, you know what? I heard there were people killing bats by hitting them with tennis rackets. How messed up is that? Anyway, oh well. Like this world has a shortage of messed up people. See, this is a sort of a tube, like it used to flow that way and then it sealed off or something. See, I'm facing down tube. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know, this tube is pretty flat, but long story short, it might have flowed that way a while and then sealed up. I can't really say for sure. I have to ask somebody who works here. That looks like what happened. There's like these ceiling formations here. Kind of neat. Here's some neat stuff on the ceiling too. It's interesting how the best stuff in this cave are right by the entrance. You wouldn't even need a flashlight to get this far. Although you'd obviously see it better with a flashlight, but you know, seeing is believing or something like that. Yeah, that made no sense, but whatever. Life doesn't have to make sense.